We are going to have a very short sale today. We've had sales before that have gone on until 11:30 at night. This is not going to be one of them. Out of that book you've got in your hands, I think I've got 4 pieces that people in this room are here to bid on today. We'll find out. We'll find out. We're going to go through the rules and regulations before we conduct the sale because we don't have anything of real significant value. We don't have a lot of occupied houses. We don't have anything real complicated. It's going to be a really abbreviated version of the rules today, just kind of hitting the high spots so that everybody knows what's going on. You have to have a valid photo ID in order to bid today. You have to be registered prior to bid and have one of those bid cards in order to enter a bid. When you're bidding today, there are rules and regulations in the book that you've got. We're going to be making those a part of today's sale. So when you're bidding today, you're accepting those by placing your bid to pay or they lost their interest in the land. Anybody that held under deed or land contract, mortgages, security agreements, construction liens, IRS liens, interests, the redemption period for paying the taxes and the across the property, they are still in place. If the mineral rights have been split off by a former owner, sold to a third party, or held by somebody when they sold, they're still that way. If you're buying something today that's got deed restrictions or is subject to zoning, local ordinance, or building codes, those things are still in place as well. Please make sure you know what you're bidding on today. Everything is sold as is, where it is, with all of its faults and defects. You can run into a lot of problems with these properties. Please just keep in mind that everything that we're selling, we've only got a couple pieces today that even have buildings on them. Everything is sold as is. No refunds. All sales are final. Whatever you buy today is yours when you take it home. This ain't Walmart. You can't bring it back. When we sell, we're going to go through this book. I've got a bunch of things in the book. Everybody's got a copy of it. I've got 29 bids online. Yesterday in Manistee, we had about 200. The other day over in Gaylord, we had 300 bids online. I've got 29 today. I've got about 4 pieces in this book that you told us you're interested in bidding on. This sale's not going to take long. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell the more popular pieces first, but even if we sold everything that's circled, that ain't still going to take long either. When we start selling, here's how it's going to work. This is the mechanics of the sale. In your book, you're going to see a number that says minimum bid. That's the starting price. We can't sell anything for less than that today. In some situations, I will have bids on properties that have been placed online before the sale. If I have a bid online already that's in excess of that minimum bid, we're going to start with that number instead of the minimum bid that's in the book. Once it's opened up, we then increase the bidding by the number you see on the screen in round numbers. Until we get to $1,000, everything goes up at least $50 a time in round numbers. Between $1,000 and $10,000, $100 minimum increase. Over $10,000, it goes up at least $250 in round numbers. 10 1/4, 10 1/2, 10 750, 11,000, just like that. If you want to, if there's something in that book you want it really, really bad, and somebody in the room just bid $300, and you just want to get it over with, you can stand up and shout out $85,000. That's called jumping the bid. Feel free to do it. Makes my day go by a lot quicker. This is important. This is one thing I do need to drive home. If you have any other property in these 2 counties today and you have delinquent taxes on them, you can't bid today. The Michigan legislature is trying to weed out the bad actors that have been buying property at these sales in the past. We get people that come in and they buy stuff and they try to sell it. If they can't sell it, they let it sit there and rot. They don't mow the grass. They don't fix them up. They don't take care of them. We're trying to get rid of the bad actors buying this property. One thing that they tend to have in common is they have a lot of delinquent property taxes. So the rule now is if you have delinquent property taxes on any other property in these counties, you can't buy at this sale. If you do anyway and we discover that you bid on something, your sale will be canceled. This includes anybody bidding on the property, anybody taking title, having their name listed on the deed. If you're trying to pay for a piece of property, you sent your brother-in-law in here to bid because you have delinquent taxes, you sent him in with your checkbook, that sale is going to be canceled. It includes property you co-own with other people, even if you are not necessarily the person who's supposed to be paying the taxes. It includes property owned by DBAs, partnerships, corporations, that sort of thing. And it includes property that you have sold to somebody else on a land contract if you hold the deed. If you own a piece of property, you've sold it on a land contract, and that buyer's taxes are delinquent, you can't bid today. We have you guys bidding here in the room. I have bids that have been placed online, 29 of them. I've got them listed right in front of me. I know who they're from, how high they'll go, and what pieces they're on. We also have live bidders. After you guys have kind of taken your stab at things, we're going to let the live bidders see what's if they want to bid on anything. There's a camera on a tripod right there in the side of the room. They can bid against you in real time, in addition to the live bids that were placed in advance of the sale. So we've got several ways for people to bid today. If you're bidding live online, do not use the audio and video feed as your reference of what's happening in the room. There's always a little bit of a delay. Use the text on your screen, and because today's sale is going to be short, don't blink. Your bid is a legally binding contract. There are no tie bids. Any bid not received at the time that we say sold is deemed as not being offered. If you buy something today, you have to pay in full today. If you're bidding here in the room, you have to pay in full very shortly. We're not going to wait around until 4 o'clock this afternoon for you to drive to the other side of the state and get money from your grandmother. You should have come prepared to pay. The sale's going to be quick today. You should have the means with you. It's Saturday. You're not going to be able to go to the bank to get that certified funds check. If you didn't bring a $1,000 cashier's check with you, it might be a problem at checkout if you don't have an established record with us. The first $1,000 should be paid in certified funds. That's a non-refundable deposit. If you can find something in that book that you can spend over $1,000 on, the balance will be paid by personal or business check, money orders, cashier's checks, or your credit card. We take Visa, MasterCard, and Discover cards only. We don't take cash. If you win today, what are you going to pay? Here's how the math works. You're going to pay, there's going to be a minimum, there's going to be a final bid price that we arrive at here in the room, our final sale price. There are 3 things added to that. 10%, that's the buyer premium. That's the cost of today's sale, taking the pictures, doing all the marketing, showing up here today, all of that. There's a $30 charge today for recording your deed. Your deed is going to be recorded at the Register of Deeds office in the county where the property is located before it's sent to you. At the end of every description in the book, there's a summer tax amount. The legislature has now required the purchaser to pay those taxes, so we're going to collect them from you today. So when you leave, when you check out, you're going to pay the final bid price, add 10%, add $30, and add the summer tax that's due. There is no sales tax or transfer tax in what you're buying here today because you're buying from the government. If you're using a credit card, you can add 2.75% to the amount that you put on the card. That's what they charge us, and we pass that fee along to you. Do your paperwork before you get in line. There's a form in your book that says deed information. If you haven't given us the information on your deed online yet, you can do it on that handy dandy little form that's right there. Please use the name of the parties that are going to be taking title. Please use their full legal name, the way it appears on a driver's license or other official paperwork. Don't use nicknames. If you're taking title today with somebody else, it would be a good idea to contact them if they're not here and make sure they don't have delinquent taxes. If they do, your sale might be canceled. Tenancy, it's a legal term. It has nothing to do with renting property. It's a term that speaks to the holding of property by multiple owners that are not married to each other. If you're buying something today and you're going to take title, you're going to list more than one name on that deed form, and it's somebody you're not married to, the law requires us when we create the deed to state the form of tenancy. What happens if one of the co-owners dies while you own that property? Does the deceased party's interest flow to their heirs or to the surviving owner? If you're buying something today with other people that you're not married to, we are going to ask you which one of those forms of tenancy you're taking title under. You need to know that answer. Those definitions are in your sale book for you to pick out if you're buying something with somebody else today, a family member, a relative, a business partner, or a friend. When you buy today, you're not leaving here with the deed. We haven't created it yet. We're just getting the information from you today to do that. We have to record it before we send it to you. What you're going to leave here with today is a receipt. Your receipt is our contract. It's our agreement of purchase. When they give you the receipt today, at the bottom, you're going to sign it. Before you do that, there are going to be several spots they're going to ask you to initial. When you initial that agreement, here is what it contains. First of all, they're going to ask you to review your name, address, and the list of parcels that you bought today. Look at everything closely. Make sure your name is spelled correctly, your address is correct, the list of parcels is correct, and the math is right. Then initial it. Don't just do it without really eyeballing it. If your name is spelled wrong on the receipt, it's going to be spelled wrong on the deed. If the 4-digit number that's on that receipt is not the parcel that you bought today, you're going to be getting a deed to the wrong piece of property. Please double check that stuff before you initial it. In another spot, you're going to be agreeing to the terms of the sale. You're going to be agreeing to the rules and regulations that are in the book in their complete form. Make sure you understand them before you initial it. There's going to be another spot they're going to ask you to initial that says that you have had the opportunity to view this property in person. Whether you did or not is not what that statement means. It means that you've had the opportunity to do your homework. We didn't force you to buy it. We didn't convince you to buy it. You had the opportunity to inspect it. You're agreeing that you're buying the property as is. You're also going to be indemnifying the seller and everybody else involved here today. You're going to be indemnifying them for injury, loss, or damage if you take possession of the property prior to receiving the deed. It is state law that the treasurer has the right to cancel today's sale until the deed is delivered to you. That's going to be about 6 weeks before you see the deed. Technically, you are not the owner until the deed arrives in your mailbox. If the sale needs to be canceled, it happens very seldom. If it has to be canceled, what you are refunding is what you paid today and only what you paid today. Until you have the deed in your hand, do not make improvements to the property. Don't spend any major amounts of money on it. Don't make any major changes to it. You're not authorized to do so. We're giving you possession of the property today unless it is occupied, but we don't have any that are to our knowledge. We're giving you possession of the property in the period between today and the time that you get your deed for purposes of inspection and security only. You're not authorized to go in and start remodeling. Any money you spend in these properties or on these properties before you get the deed is at your own risk. Injury, loss, or damage you're also assuming liability for in that interim period. Final part of your checkout process today, again, the legislature has said that if you have delinquent taxes, you can't bid today. If you do, your sale is going to be canceled. There's a criminal penalty for misrepresenting your delinquent tax status to us today. The clerks are notary publics. When you check out, you're going to be making what is called a sworn statement. You're going to be testifying in front of a notary public that you do not have delinquent taxes in these counties. If you misrepresent a material fact in a sworn statement, they have a legal term for it, and it's called perjury. Perjury in Michigan is a felony. It's not something you want to mess with. Please do not bid on property today. Don't bid for somebody else if anybody involved has any delinquent taxes. It's not a good thing to do. This is homework. This is something we're going to send with you to take home. It's the Michigan Property Transfer Affidavit. It's one of the last pages in your sale book. You have 45 days to send this in to the city, village, or township office where the property is located. Attention, assessor. This is a form that tells them that the property has traded hands. It's time for them to uncap it and reassess the value. At the top, you're going to give them your name and address. You're going to identify the property, where it's located, its parcel ID number, how much you paid for it, the fact that you bought it from the county treasurer. You're going to sign it at the bottom and date it and send it on in within 45 days. There's a whole bunch of check boxes on that form. None of them apply. You don't need to bother checking any of them. Send that in within 45 days or they can fine you up to $200. Title insurance, we're not going to dwell on that too long. If you have difficulty finding title insurance, you can call our offices and we can send you in some other directions, but your local title insurance agents may be able to help you. Most of what we're selling today, the title insurance is going to cost you more than the land does. April the 3rd is an important date for you. If you buy something today and somebody appears and says they have an interest in that property, they claim an ownership or a lien against it or something of that nature, if it existed before that date, the court has done away with it already. There's an official judgment filed with the circuit court in the county where the property is located, voiding anything that happened before that date. Possession, we're giving you today, subject to the right of any occupants. Nothing that we're selling today to our knowledge is occupied. You are taking possession today only for the purposes of its security and inspection. Please keep that in mind. What you're buying today is a piece of land. It's described in the book that's in your hands. You are not buying a photograph or an address. You are buying a legally described piece of land and whatever's on it. If you get out there and find anything that's got wheels under it, anything that's ever had a title or a boat or a motorcycle or appliances or anything of that nature, it's not included today. We are selling you a piece of land and whatever is attached to it, and that's all you're buying today. We're about ready to get started. When we sell this property, it's going to be like riding a teeter-totter. I'm going to open up at the minimum bid or a higher bid if I've got one online. Then we're going to come into the room and I'm going to find two bidders and we're going to go back and forth till somebody slows way down. I'll keep putting people on that teeter-totter till I'm out of riders, and then we're going to come back and see if we have anybody that wants to bid online. So that's how it works, two at a time. Couple of tips and hints for you if you're brand new at this. First of all, don't leave your card on your chair when you leave today. If you get up and leave that card there, somebody can pick it up and buy you half of Allegan County. You don't want that to happen. If you've got a cell phone, please put it on silent or vibrate. It's a whole lot easier if we can hear what's going on today. That includes conversations in the room as well. If you've got something you need to discuss with somebody, please take it outside. It's easier for us to be able to hear what's going on. If you bid on the wrong piece, you misunderstand the price. If there's some kind of a problem or you bid on something by mistake, please let us know as soon as you realize that you've made that error. I can still sell the property while the other bidder's in the room. And finally, when we say a piece of property is sold, it is. Don't wait till the last second to bid for the first time. I'm going to be pointing at the high bidder and telling everybody else in the room that it's time to bid or leave it alone. Don't wait till I say sold to bid for the first time. You won't be buying any property today if you do. Any questions from anybody? All right, then we're going to get going. This is not going to take long. We're going to be out of here in time for lunch. We're going to start in Ottawa County. I have 4 pieces, maybe 5 in the, maybe 6. Not many more than that. I've got just a half dozen pieces in this whole book that anybody has circled. We're going to sell the ones that I've got circled, and I'm going to go back through that book one time. Most 90% of you will be out of here by then. Then I'll go back through the book really quick and have whatever's left and see if anybody wants it. We are going to start in Ottawa County with number 5907. This is a small parcel out by I-96. It's got a little 2-track kind of a road, goes right next to somebody's garden to get into it. It's an interesting, secluded kind of a piece of property for being back right next to the freeway. I've got 8 bids online for this piece already. My minimum bid in that book says $650, but I'm already at $2,800 with online bidding. Anybody in the room want to give me $2,900? I've got 29 right there. Anybody in 3,000, 3,100, 32, 33, 3,400, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and now 4,000. You want to give me 4,500? He's jumping to 4,500. What about 5,000? 5,500, 6,000. 6,000. What about 65? 7,000, 75, 8,000, 85, 81. We'll chop it right down to our minimum. 81, 8,200. 82, he's thinking. 82, now 83. 8,300. 83, $8,400. He says no. I've got 8,300 with you. Anybody else in the room at $8,400? 83 right there. What about online? 84, anybody breathing there? I've got $8,300 right there going once. 83 going twice. You bought it for $8,300. What's your bidder number? 8,300, 255. My backup bidder over here, what was his number? 301 is the backup bidder. If the winning bidder cannot or will not pay, we'll contact the backup bidder and offer them the property for one bid increment below the final sale price. He just bought it for 8,300. If for some reason he doesn't or can't pay, we're going to offer it to you for 8,200, and it's not negotiable. It's a fixed offer to you. 5909 is next. There it is. I think that'd be real simple to make into a Southwest kind of a flavored style home. It's got 2 living rooms. It's got 2 kitchens. It's even got 2 toilets right next to each other. You know, sometimes you feel close to somebody and want to take them everywhere with you. There's actually 3 toilets there. There's 2 in one room and 1 right next to. I don't know. I don't understand that. But 5909, $5,800 is my minimum bid in that book. I'm at $15,250 already, and I know this is the one that everybody's here for. Who wants to give me 16,000 for it? If you'll give me 16, put your card up in the air and just hold it up there. I'm going to start citing off numbers here. When you don't like my number, you just take your card down. 16,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, 35,000, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40,000. Are you still in at 40? He's still in at 40. 40 and a quarter, 40 and a half, 40 and a half, 40,750, 41 and a half, 42 and a half, 43 and a half. You know you want it. 43,750. I don't get to say that often. 43,750, now 44,000. 44 and a quarter. He said he's done. I've got you on at 44,000. Anybody else in the room at $44,000? At 44 and a quarter, 44 and a quarter, 44 and a half, 44,750, 45,000, 45. I've got 44,750. Any 45 and a quarter, 45 and a half, 45 and a half. I've got 45 and a quarter over here. Anybody in the room at 45 and a half? What about my online bidders? Yep. Got it right there. 44,750. Now 45,750. Now 46. Yep. 46 and a quarter. 46 and a half. Yep. 46,750. And now 47,000. Yep. 47 and a quarter. 47 and a half. 47,750, and now 48. Yep. 48 and a quarter, 48 and a half. Yep. 48,750, 49,000. Yep. You want to give me 50? 49 and a quarter. I'm at 49,000 online. I don't know that bidder. They're new. Anybody in the room at 49,250? $49,000 online. Going once. Yep. Another bidder. 2 live bidders. They can only go up $250 at a time. They can't jump the bid like you can. We had one of these the other day over in Gaylord that started out at the minimum bid and went $250 at a time all the way to $350,000. I sent everybody outside to smoke. And that took about a half an hour. I'm at 49.5. Still going? Anybody in the room want to give me 49,750? She's back in. 49,750. Now $50,000. Yep. 50 and a quarter. She said she's all done. I'm at $50,000 online. Anybody in the room at 50,250? Going once, twice. Sold that one online for $50,000. Now everybody can go home. What's my backup bidder? Backup bidder number? Backup bidder. Number 228. Number 5916, Country Club Road. This one's out, actually has frontage on the north branch of the Macatawa River. It's a difficult piece to get to by vehicle. Where you could drive to it, you don't have legal access. Where you have legal access, you can't drive to it. Even if you get there, it's kind of low and wet. About 3.5 acres, give or take. I've got $3,100 already bid online. Who in the room wants to give me 32? Anybody here for this one at 3,200? Somebody wanted it circled. Going once, twice. $3,100 online. Backup bidder is also online. Let's see what I've got circled here. And then we'll go through the book and see what kind of bones everybody wants to pick over. We have in your book 5917. This is a group of 13 different parcels that include pieces that are 4 inches wide, pieces you can't get to, things of that nature. They're being sold as a group because we don't want to just throw them out there and have people buy them and then just get them back. We wanted to make sure that they went to adjacent property owners or people that actually had a purpose for them. We're taking, we've got 3 of those pieces that people have called the office and said, I would come in and buy that if you'd split it up for me. So we're going to pull those back out if we can. But I only think one of those parties is here today. I've got an 11-foot wide piece that is behind Chorizo Selecto and Nefty's Barbershop in Holland. It's just a little 11-foot wide strip of land. The rule with these is in order to bid on them, you have to own adjacent property. So is there somebody here to bid on? Okay, I've got an adjacent property owner here. It is a condition of sale that you have to own adjacent property. If you try to claim that you do and you bid on it, you win it anyway, and we find that you don't own adjacent property, we're going to cancel your sale. We're going to call that piece 5915. It's got a minimum bid of $500, and I've got a bid right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 550? Any other adjacent property owners for that one here? $500, going once, twice. You bought it. So 5915, $500, and your bidder number again was 281. Is there anybody else here today that's trying to bid on anything that's in that bundle that is an adjacent property? I've only got 2 other ones split out. They said they'd be here today. Which one?
7.
7 of, okay, so that's going to be the 15 by 45. I don't have a way to sell that one specifically separately today because you did you contact us before the sale? Okay. If you'll contact the treasurer's office or even talk to the people here at the treasurer's office, we'll tell you what the process is going to be.
Okay.
Anybody else has anything in that bundle that they're chasing today? All righty then. So that concludes everything we've got in Ottawa. In Allegan County, I've got 2 pieces circled. I've got a few that I have online bids for on the internet. But I've got 2 pieces that are circled that I believe I have bidders in the room for. One of them is the first one. It's 6950. 6950 Black River Park. We've got a whole bunch of stuff there every year. We always get them. A lot of what you are looking at here in Allegan County, the roads have never been improved. There's no roads to them. As you can see, there's no road that touches that piece. There might be a 2-track or something. out there. I need $100 for 69.50. Somebody circled it. Are they here? No. I have a circle in my book around 69.56, which is on 56th Street. This is a one-story home. It doesn't have a potty. I don't know if it's got a bath with a path or if you just have to use the trees. $2,500 is my minimum bid for that one. Do I have a bidder here in the room for that one at $2,500? I've got it right there. Anybody want to give me 26, 26, 27, 28, 29? Now 3,000, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. You want to give me $4,000 for it? What about 4,500? How about 5,000, 5,500, 6,000, 6,500, 7,000, 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, 9,500, 10,000, $9,600. That's as low as I can go. 96, 97, 98, 99, $10,000. 10 a quarter. Come on, money bags, I know you got it. Don't make me shake it out of you this morning. It's too early for that. 10 a quarter. I got 10 over here. Anybody in the room at 10 a quarter? What about online? I've got $10,000 going once. Twice. That is yours. $10,000. Bidder number 178. My backup bidder is, what's the number? 149. I don't have anything else circled in Allegan County, so what I'm gonna do,
We got,
we're gonna go back through. Give me just a second to get organized here. We've already sold or offered everything in Ottawa, so that's out of the way. Let's go back. What I'm gonna do is read off the numbers on the pieces in Allegan County. If you're interested in a piece when I read off the number, get the card in the air or we're gonna go buy it. So, the first one's 69.50. We already offered it once, nobody wanted it. I'm just gonna read off the last two numbers. So 69.50 becomes 50. What about 51? I do have bids on some of these online, so if you're interested in it, get your hand in the air or we're gonna be done with it. We're just gonna open them up online. 52, 53, 54, 55. We already sold 56. 55, let's open that up. 69.55, make sure that I hear you. We're gonna be going through these quickly. 69.55 is off 54th Street. There is a private dirt road that gets to it, but we can't guarantee that that's a legal access for it. I've got $800 bid right there. Anybody want to give me $850? $800 going once, twice. That one's yours. Number 1125 at the minimum bid. We already sold 56, 57, 58, 59. Is anybody interested in anything on that next page? Let's do it that way, save some time. Starts at 59. I've got a bid on the very last one online. Anybody interested in anything else on that whole page? Well, let's go to the next one. The next page, I have nothing circled on that whole page, either in the room or online. The page starts 69.69. Anybody interested in any piece on that page? The next page, I've got several circled for online bids. And I think there probably gonna be some interest in the room, so I'm gonna go through them. Anybody interested in 69.79? 69.80? 69.81? 82? 83? 84? 85? Lots of cards for 69.85. Nobody circled it in the back of the room, I guess. I do have online bids for this one. 7th Street, Shelbyville Way. It's got an abandoned trailer on it. It would be a great place for your mother-in-law. It's on a couple of acres. It's open to the elements. That means it's got big holes in the roof. I've got $4,600 already bid online, and they're gonna go higher. Who wants to give me $5,000 for that piece? I've got $5,000 right there. Anybody in the room want to give me $5,500? It's gonna take more than that to buy it. 55. How about 6,000? What about 65? 7,000, 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, 9,500, 10,000, 10 and a half, 10,750, 11, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half. I've got 11,250 with you. Anybody in the room want to give me 11,500? More cards all over the place. Let's do this. If you'll give me $12,000 for that piece, put your card in the air and just keep it there. 12,000, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000. I'm back at you with 20,000 bucks. Anybody want to give me 20 and a quarter? I've got $20,000 going once. Going twice, 20 and a quarter, 20 and a half, 20,750. 21 and a quarter, 21 and a half, 21,750. 22, 22,500. 23, 23,500. I've got 23,000. What about 23 and a quarter? I've got 23,000 right there going once. Going twice. 23,000. Bidder number is 23,000, number 200. My backup bidder. What's the backup bidder number? Backup bidder is 331. I'm gonna bet I got somebody in the room that wants to bid on 6986. Do I? Or not? Yep. Let's go. Let's open that one up. About 3 1/3 acres. And this is rare property. You know why? Because I had heard that they were gonna drain all the swamps, and by golly, I got one for sale. They're supposed to be gone by now. How come I still got them? $750 I've already got bid online. Who wants to give me $1,000 for that one? I got more than that online already. I got $750 to start. Who wants to give me $800? Anybody in the room at 800? 800. Anybody want to give me $850? I've got $850 online. 900. You need some swampland, I can tell. 900? 950. $1,000. Now 1,100. 1,200. You know, I heard there's gold out there. I got $1,100 online. Anybody want to give me $1,200 for that nice piece of swamp right there? $1,100 going once, twice. Sold it online, $1,100. My backup bidder right there. What's his number? When this guy sobers up, we'll call you and sell it to you. On the next page, I'll bet I got bidders in the room for 6987 too. All right, let's open that one up. 6987 is on M89. But we got several pieces here that are behind commercial properties. They're in Plainwell and Allegan. They do not have any road frontage, may not have any legal means of access. 6987 is right behind the Home Depot store. It's a little bit shy of 4 acres. It's got a fire hydrant right there. Good place to bring your dog. I got a $2,400 bid already online. Who wants to give me 25? 2,500 right there. Anybody in the room at 26? I've got 26 online, and I know how high they'll go. You want to give me 3,000? 3,000. How about 31? Yep. What about 35? 36? Yep. What about 4,000? 4,100? Yep. 4,500? 46? Yep. What about $5,000? 5,000 right there. What about 51? Anybody in the room at 5,100? 5,000 right here going once, twice. It's yours. $5,000, 116. My backup bidder is online.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were here. Good.
Is anybody here for 6988? You after that one? 6988. Two parcels here. They're adjacent. These are vacant parcels in Otsego. Many times in communities like this, they will require you to mow them. And if you don't mow them, they'll do it for you and send you a big fat bill. 6988, I need $2,000 for it.
I'm not.
He's not interested in that one.
I don't want them all.
Anybody interested in 6988? What about 6990?
Yeah.
Okay, let's open that one up. 6990, 44th Street, abandoned trailer, moldy, dangerous, caving in, danger Will Robinson. I need $2,300 for that one. I've got it right there. Anybody in the room at 2,400, 24, 25? Who wants to give me $3,000? I got cards over the place. 3,000, 31, 32, 33, 34, 3,300 right there. Anybody in the room at 34? 33 going once, 33 going twice, 34, 35, 36, 3,600. I've got 35 right there going once, 35 going twice. It's your problem now. $3,500. Allegan County thanks you for buying that. What's the bidder number? $3,500, 192. My backup bidder over here, what's your number for when his wife finds out? 180. I bet I got somebody here who wants to bid on 6991 also. Anybody in the room here for that one? I've got an online bid for it. He really likes it. All right, what about 6992? Right there, let's open that one up. Then we're gonna go back through and we'll, well, I guess yep, I got some on the next page too. 6992, Arrowhead Trail. Could have some lake access shared. We're not positive on that, up to you to figure that out. $1,200 I've got right there in the room. Anybody want to give me 13? $1,200 going once, twice. $1,200, 197. On the next page. Is anybody here in the room for anything on the next page? Which one? 95. Is anybody here for 93?
94.
Oh, we're going to sell them all then. Let's go to 6993. This is on Sherman Street. It's behind Wendy's, but you have no way to drive to it. No fire hydrant for your dog either. I've got $1,000 bid online for this one already. Anybody in the room want to give me 1,100? $1,000 online going once, twice. Sold that one online, $1,000. 6994, another piece that's behind a vacant parcel behind a commercial building. This is irregular in shape. One of the boundaries is a foot wide. Just so you know what you're buying. I need $700 for it. Got it right there. Anybody want to give me $750? $700 going once, twice. What's that bidder number? I got to get it before you change your mind. Number 286. Number 6995. This one's in Otsego. We call these dog houses. You know why? Because you do, don't you? Because they're really rough. I gotta use these jokes somewhere. I need $5,000 for that. Who wants, I've got it right there. Anybody want to give me 5,100? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Gonna give you 6,000. How about 65? 7,000, 75, 8,000, 85, 9, 95, 10, 10 and a half, 11. You wanna give me 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 bucks, 21, 22, 22 and a quarter, 22 and a quarter, 22 and a quarter, 22 and a half, 22, 750, 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 23, 750. Now 24,000, 24 and a quarter, 24 and a half, 24, 750, 25 and a quarter, 25 and a half, 25, 750, 25, 750. Now 26 and a quarter, 26 and a quarter. I bet you could get about $1,000 a month for that without even a coat of paint. Now you know I'm lying. I got 26,000 right there in the back of the room. Anybody at 26 and a quarter? She's back in. Now 26.5, 26, 750, 27 and a quarter. She just put her card down. I got you in at $27,000. Going once, going twice. $27,000, 119. My backup bidder, right there. What's your number? 184. Is there anything in that book that anybody in this room wants to bid on still? Anybody anywhere? Anything in that book you still want to pick over? I've got a few pieces that I've got online bids for. We're going to open them up just to take them. We're going to let the people that are watching online let us know if they want to bid anything. If you want to compete against them, come right down and sit in the chair and watch the screen. He's going to be opening them up and selling them. We're not going to announce them. I've worked real long and hard today. This is just way too much work for me. So come over and watch the screen if you're interested in that. Once they ask for them, so you buy them. But we hit 100,000.